Hello everyone and welcome to my video. Today I will share my Oscar build for Bagg's laboratory. There are lots of ways to play this instance, but based on what I've seen, Oscar is one of the musts in the party. Before we begin, please make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any future videos from me. Let's start with the stat build. Here is mine. I max out ints and vits before placing skills in luck and dex. Next, let's move to skills. The skills are pretty self-explanatory for hero jobs since there's only one skill window. To help understand the passive skill of Temporal Decay, what I understand it is, every time you cast magnetic field effects, it will apply Time Corroded Bubble. The damage of Time Corroded Bubble will reduce the trigger interval of continuous HP loss effect. At level 4, enemies affected by Time Corroded Bubble will suffer Singularity of Silence effects every 3 seconds, and now at level 4, the Time Corroded Bubble will not disappear. At level 7, when the enemies suffer the effects from level 4, all Oscar's skills will have a cooldown by 1 second. As you can see, you will want your Oscar to be 7 out of 7 runes so that we can get the cooldown. Of course, in order to trigger all of that, you will need to cast magnetic field effects, which is why I put that as auto skills. The only manual skill you need is really Time Wormhole, which is a barrier to protect you and your party mates from the boss. For inheritance skill, I didn't put anything in, so there's one last thing to work on to perfect your Oscar. Next, let's move to runes. Runes are definitely one of the hardest things to handle. Personally, I couldn't get 7 out of 7 immediately, so what I recommend doing is to save one rune of each type and level the last line of each rune. Remember, the rune doesn't have to be good, you just need the 7 out of 7. For arcane runes, I don't think anything is needed. You can just use whatever you have raised. Now let's go to equips. For my offhand, I use Sins of the Living to have skill cooldown. You can use any offhand card that can give you the reduction. For the rest of the left side gear, I recommend any gears and cards that can help you survive. For weapon, I use Owl Baron Star card to trigger Lex. I also use Owl Duke Star to reduce the MVP's damage reduction, so that my DPS can deal more damage. For the right side gear, I recommend using the same headwear, face, back, and tail as me. These are all gears to help debuff the MVPs. There isn't any debuff gear for the mouth, so you can use any mouth gear you want. Here are my shadow gears. These are just the ones I have as a support main. As long as you have enough tankiness, you can use any shadow gear. As for memory equips, I don't think there's any specific ones to aim for PvE, just use what you've got. Next, let's take a look at how I play in the instance. In Bagg's lab, you aren't really needed per se in the first round, but you can cast Fate's Retrospect to drag the MVP over. Next, make sure you all stand together so that the Ice Sword would be easier to kill too. You want to be attacking the MVP to make use of your 7 out of 7 runes, so remember to on your auto. When you go to the second MVP, you don't need to pull the MVP. Instead, you want to make use of your time wormhole. As you can see, I positioned my Oscar so that my party mates are shielded, but the MVP is not in the shield. Of course, you want to keep attacking so that there is a chance for more cooldown and debuff. While your shield is down, your party must make sure to keep everyone alive, which would be the job of LMX. I will make a guide on how to play LMX soon, so please make sure you subscribe to me for the latest update. So that's really it to Oscar. I think the hardest part of Oscar is to get its runes to 7 out of 7. After that, the playstyle is pretty simple for PvE. You just need to auto magnetic field and cast your shield. Of course, that doesn't mean you can AFK in the instance. Everyone should put in effort so the instance can be completed smoothly. Hope this is helpful to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.